lot of people learn about parabolas, they are often taught the form y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. This form is great because you can easily identify where the vertex is, which is at hk. So the vertex is at hk, which are the horizontal and vertical translations. But what this doesn't tell you is the actual definition of what a parabola is. So in order to use the definition to arrive at this general formula, I'm going to use the most basic parabola there is, which is centered at the origin, which is y equals x squared. So the definition of a parabola is any point on the line, let's call it x, y, is going to be equidistant to the focus and the directrix. So the focus is a point within the parabola. So this distance here is going to equal the distance between the point and the directrix, which is a horizontal line. So this distance, let's call this one d1, is going to equal d2. So d1 equals d2, and that is the definition of a parabola. So using this definition, once we find out what d1 and d2 equal, we can eventually arrive at this general equation. So first of all, d1. How do we get this distance here? So, of course, it's y units up plus this little section here, and we can call this p. So d1 will equal y plus p. Now, because at 0, 0, it needs to be equidistant to the directrix and the focus, this point here must also equal p. So we can solve for d2 as well. Because it's a magnitude, it's made out of a horizontal and vertical components. So it's going to be the square root of the horizontal component, which is simply x units across. And now the vertical component, we've got y units up, but we need to take away this section here, which is p. So y minus p squared. Now we can set these equal to each other. So we have y plus p is equal to the square root of x squared plus y minus p squared. Squaring both sides, y plus p squared equals x squared plus y minus p squared. Now expanding, we get y squared plus 2yp plus p squared equals x squared plus y squared minus 2yp plus p squared. Now we have p squared and y squared on both sides, so we can cross them out. Now we can get this 2yp on the other side. So we have 4py equals x squared. Now all we need to do is cater for the translation of the y and the x. So we go 4p y minus k, that is the vertical translation. Then we have x minus h squared. H is the horizontal translation. So now if we isolate y, timesing by the inverse of 4p, which is 1 on 4p, times x minus h squared, then we plus the k plus k. Now our form of a parabola is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So we have arrived at this in this form where a equals 1 on 4p. So if we have a parabola in this form, we can find where the directrix and the focus is by using this. So to find P, we inverse both sides, so it's 4P equals 1 on A, divided by 4, we get P equals 1 on